Hey everyone, I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update, and we are back in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to bring you coverage of the 2025 Standardbred Horse Sales Company auction. Daylight saving time has ended, so I hope you're rested up with that extra hour of sleep because we have got a lot of work to do to get ready for another fabulous sale. Dale, let's talk about last year's auction a little bit and recap that a bit. We had the first yearling that sold for $1 million here at Harrisburg. Okay, so that was a milestone for Harrisburg. We actually had the first time ever, I believe, in any standardbred auction that we had a broodmare sold for $1 million, and the most expensive standardbred racehorse ever to be sold at auction was here at Harrisburg. You know, wow.
Yeah, that's about all you can say is wow. I think when you interviewed me on Friday last year, all I could say is this is the place to be. I mean, it was just incredible. An incredible feeling in 3 different categories, and it's just unbelievable.
What do we expect this year?
We got some yearlings, that's a possibility, and we surely have some mixed horses that could definitely ring those kind of bells. I mean, maybe not $1.8 million, but I think there's some $1 million ringers here. I really do. I'm very optimistic.
How many are in the sale this year?
It's right around 890 yearlings and 760 mixed horses.
Okay.
Which includes 100 stallion shares. We're selling incredible weanlings and even yearlings in the mixed sale. But this brood mares and racehorses we got, I don't think I've ever seen a stronger mixed sale catalog, ever.
Big words. All right, I love that. And we just want to remind everybody, so let's go through it. Day 1 through day 3, and then 4 and 5. So talk about the schedule a little bit and, you know, what's on tap for each one of those days.
Well, day 1, we start at noon, of course. We did that quite a few years ago to give a little more time for people to look, and they wouldn't have to come in quite as early. But day 1 is just full of amazing, there's trotting fillies, pacing fillies, trotting colts, but there's some trotting fillies that are uncomparable with siblings that are out there on the track. Tuesday, there's some on the second day that should have been on the first day, but you got to kind of hit those limits. You know, we don't want to keep people here to 8, 9 o'clock on Tuesday night. And I always say that about Wednesday. We could have put a lot of those on Tuesday, but we're going to be here a little later Tuesday anyway. The little Tuesday's a little longer. And I think being a little shorter on Wednesday helps everybody, especially the consigners that change over to the mixed sale. And the mixed sale on Thursday, I'm not sure where we're going to be. It's just, you know, the stallion shares we got, and like I say, the weanlings, you know, by Warner and Chapter 7, and stallion shares by Warner, Chapter 7, Sweet Loewe. I mean, it's just, it's incredible. It's kind of at the expense of people, you know, having to disperse, but I think if everybody knows the background of the dispersal, it's not the shape of the industry. There's underlying reasons of why the dispersals are. It's kind of wild that they all came at the same year, you know. So, and Friday there's some fabulous fillies on Friday that are incredible, like Date Night Hanover, and Ronnie's horse that he's selling on Friday, the Deo horse. I mean, it's just I'm losing names now all of a sudden.
The Jugette winner, that's all we have to know, right? The Jugette winner is selling here at Harrisburg.
That's exactly right, yeah. And she just won again the other night, you know, so it's, I'm looking forward to the wholesale. There's some incredible individual. Every consignor has some stuff. I mean, some super stock, so.
Yeah, I want to mention, you did talk about the dispersals a little bit, and I don't think it reflects the industry. We've got consigners here that are first-year consigners here, or, you know, some people that just got into the business a few years ago. So, you know, it's kind of like the circle of life, you could say, right?
Correct. What you got to look is the big picture. Of course, you know, some of these dispersals are because of older gentlemen and older ladies that, you know, it's time to make a decision like this. But on the backside, the other side, there's several new consigners in the last few years, young and and ready to go. So I'm looking forward to the whole week.
Well, thank you for being on with us again to get psyched up for this sale. This is definitely the place to be each year, not only to put your hand up, but also to have some fun and socialize.
You got it. That's what it is. So thank you all very much for your coverage.
Lexi, this is a milestone year for you and your husband, Enos, and Weaver Standardbreds, because this is actually the first time you guys have come to Harrisburg. How's it feel?
We're excited to be here. Out of this sale, and we also did the Midwest Standardbred sale in Indiana. So we're excited and looking forward to the week.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You guys do 4 different horse sales, is that right?
That's correct. We start with Ohio, Lexington, then the Indiana, and end it here.
That is a lot. While we're talking about schedules and stuff, let's talk about your schedule as a breeder / consigner. So we'll start with springtime is what? Foaling, breeding time. So let's go from there.
Yeah, so pretty much January through June is designated to foaling and breeding. The breeding sheds open mid-February, but we have mares due as early as probably second week in January every year, it seems like.
And then what rolls around like summertime, because we know that fall is when the sales happen.
Yeah, summertime is actually a little bit of summer break, we call it. So by the time the last foal hits the ground and we get everybody bred back, we have about a 6-week period before the yearlings come in. They come in normally like the 3rd Monday in July, and we start sale prepping that early.
And then what happens after the sale? Do you get to go on a vacation or anything like that?
Yes, yeah, we do. We do get a little bit of downtime, so we also get a winter break. And it's right around the holidays, which is perfect and we love.
Oh, I love that. I love that. For those of you that don't know out there, Weaver Standardbreds is actually, it's a fairly new consignment, right? How long have you guys been around?
It is. So we had our first consignment in 2023 in Ohio, and we did the Buckeye Classic in Ohio. And then we added Lexington in 2024, and then added Indiana and Harrisburg this year.
You married into this, is that correct?
Very correct. Yeah, I had no background at all before Enos, so we've been married 2 years now, together about 9. So
okay. What us women do for love, I'm telling you. So with Harrisburg, you guys have 9 yearlings going through your consignment. Let's talk about that a little bit. Are you excited about the 9 you have?
Very. We're actually very filly heavy too. 8 of the 9 are fillies, with the exception of a shadow play colt. The star is probably a Huntsville filly out of Wanna Shake Your Tree. Her full brother was a little bit smaller last year, so she's nicer because she's bigger, and he ended up getting second in the Excelsior final, so he ended up being a pretty okay colt.
Oh, I love that. Now, what day is that?
Day 2 she sells.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you for being with me again. I love this. Always a great interview, and best of luck at Harrisburg.
Thank you very much.
Mark, let's begin by talking about last year, because what a year it was. You guys sold Cambridge, Hanover for $1 million. You still sort of walking on air about that?
Well, not exactly. Unfortunately, every year is different, and you got to move on from one year to the next. So we're as excited this year with what we're offering as we were last year when we offered Cambridge.
So how many do you have in the sale?
This year, we're actually down from last year. We're only selling 190.
Only. Now, the first day, you guys start early and end late. It's a long day, but I'm sure lots of quality.
It's a tremendous first day for Hanover, and I hope people get here early, because our first horse in the ring is an exceptional individual, and the last horse we're selling on opening day is an exceptional individual with a lot of good ones in between.
Now, you guys didn't go to Lexington this year, so everything is here at Harrisburg, which actually, it's exciting because this is sort of the last big stop for people that want to get a yearling that they haven't gotten one yet.
Very true, and Harrisburg has always been where people look for Hanover horses. The tradition is here in Pennsylvania where the farm is, so it was a decision that took some time to make, whether we would go to Lexington or not. Various factors involved, but we decided to concentrate on Harrisburg, and we're looking forward to starting it all again tomorrow.
All right. In this lineup, I want you to pick one. Do we have another Cambridge Hanover on our hands, possibly?
Anything's possible, right? But speaking of Cambridge, what we do have is a full sister to Cambridge. So it's a first filly out of Crucial. Her first foal, obviously, was Maryland, then Cambridge, and now we have a beautiful Walner filly out of Crucial that we're very excited about.
Excited about not only her pedigree, but the way she looks.
She's an exceptional individual. An exceptional individual who obviously has been out a lot. Everybody wants to see her. All the right people are looking at her. So we're excited about her, and we're excited about a lot of other ones.
Talk about that a little bit when you're bringing a horse in and out, how they're feeling. At some point, are they just like, I'm over this, I just want to be left alone?
Well, early in the morning they're pretty fractious, but by mid-afternoon they're getting a little tired, and we're not complaining when they're kind and peaceful like they are this time of day. But no, it's you want to see them out. You want to see people have interest in them. So it definitely is a big plus.
Yeah, because showmanship is so important, and you guys have such a huge crew here. Actually, how many people do you have working for you here? There's so many handlers as I look around. Wow.
We have a lot, but truthfully, we could use a few more. Only because, we have so many individuals who want to see our horses, and we want to, make their experience as pleasurable as possible and get them to see the horses as quickly as possible. So the more hands we have, the better it is.
Other than the filly that we mentioned, anybody else you want to talk about?
Well, we had an exceptional weekend last weekend. Breeders' Crown, we had 3 winners. And we have a Captain Corey, brother to Meshuggah. We have a Walnut half-sister to Spencer Hanover, a winner. And we have a beautiful Pappy Rob filly who's a sister to Irvin Hanover. So those 3 names, last Sunday morning we were pretty excited. I think our pedigrees just generated a few more dollars with 3 Breeders' Crown winners.
Yeah, congratulations on that. It was a big weekend for Hanover. Now, you guys are here at the sale. You're selling horses, but you guys do so much breeding, obviously. So you're here actually buying broodmares too, right?
We certainly will be looking at the broodmares. It's an exceptional mixed sale this year. Unfortunately, there's dispersals, which we don't like to see, but the opportunity to buy some quality broodmares is certainly there, and we certainly will show some interest, and hopefully we'll be able to get some of those as well.
Thank you, Mark. Have a great sale.
Thank you very much.
All right, Beth, let's talk Anvil and Lace and find out how many horses you have in the sale.
We have 30 yearlings, 5 mares, and a weanling.
Oh, so you're all week.
I'm all week, yes. I'm here for the long haul.
Good for you. Good for you. When does your day start in the morning, actually, and when's it end?
This morning we started at 5. Okay. It ends whenever they're done looking. I'm not one 5 o'clock we close. If people are looking, we're going to keep showing because we're paid for a service, and we're going to provide the service. We're going to show horses to sell.
That's right. I love it. Now let's talk about one of the superstars that you have in the consignment.
Well, I hope so. It's Volume 8's 3/4 brother, and very nice individual. So, it's always fun when you get to sell a sibling to a stallion.
What about the way that he looks like? Was this the one that you raised?
I did not. No, he's a winning Keys. I'm very fortunate to have Patty Key as a client. Yes, I know it's exciting. So I do her consigning here, and we sold a few in Lexington for her.
I love that woman.
She's fantastic. She is so fantastic. And the farm managers are great too. So I got to give them a little credit. Eric and Sam are great too. So they have a great team and easy to work with. It's a team effort.
So the ones that actually, you're, I guess, the breeder on and the one that raises them, how do you pick the breeding?
You do a little crosses of gold. I've been around long enough. I've seen, some mares produce small foals even though they might be big mares. You have to take the whole, and it's so hard because we're looking 3 years down the road of what everyone's going to want. Because for me, I don't keep to, some people will breed, if I don't like it or whatever, or doesn't bring enough money, we'll race it. I don't do that. I'll stay in for a piece every now and then, or we bought, the girls group bought one last year out of the sale to race, but that's not what I breed for. I breed to sell. So you have to look at the commercial value because there's some great stallions out there, but commercially they just don't sell well. And for a commercial breeder, you have to look at the commercial value.
Now the important question, we know about the breeding, how do you name them?
Oh gosh, my manager Dakota and I, and then sometimes Doug and I, it depends on, normally for us there's alcohol involved, which is good and bad, but I remember, let's go all the way back to Dancing Yankee. My husband and I were sitting at a picnic table having a beer, and we're like, here's a name, and Dancing Yankee, and went on and made $2 million. So it's just, if there's alcohol involved, it seems to be better, right?
Oh my gosh. And now we know the secret to naming world champions. I love it. I love it.
Have a drink or two, and just, it has to be fun, and you have to enjoy it. And at the end of the day, we come up with some fun names. I think one of the best ones this year, and actually Dakota has to get the credit for this one, is I had the Tracer that sold in Indiana, and it's Dancing Differently. So it was a trotter and pacer, so it's a different... I know. So, we have some fun, clever, the dance mayor always kept a dancing theme, and we had to put her down this year, so there's no more of those. But we'll come up with another theme.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me have you explain all of that. That was amazing. And I was going to say, a little bit later we'll have some beers together.
Absolutely.
We'll come up with some names. Yes.
And we have a whole list of them, actually. Like, we keep them in our store, and we'll be like driving down the road, and we put it in a list of, and we might use them. And I have names that have been there 3 or 4 or 5, 7 years, and then you get a horse, you're like, oh, this fits. Sometimes it has to fit the horse.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Beth. Absolutely. I love this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime.
We've been talking to some consigners. I wanted to bring a buyer in, so Annie Stoebe joins me. All right, now, other than a world champion, obviously, what are you looking for specifically here at Harrisburg?
So I only have a couple stalls left to fill in my barn, so I'm looking for a couple very special individuals to fill those stalls.
How many are you training right now?
So coming back for next year, I have 26, and so I will have a full barn at 30. So 30 is my cutoff, so I can get 4.
Wow, you're really building your stable. Like, I feel, has the numbers doubled from last year?
We were at about 15 last year, but it's also changed with staffing. I was able to bring in Jeremy Morrison, who's my boyfriend and my partner, and, having him has allowed me to just expand and have with confidence.
Do you guys only train trotters then? Is that right? Okay.
Yes, solely trotters.
Why?
I feel like originally it was only trotting fillies. This is my first year I've ever done colts. So I feel like that's my little niche. And if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yes. All right. So you're coming here hopefully to take 4 home. Yep. Okay. Now, when you go to look at a horse, like, is it pedigree, conformation? What trumps everything?
Honestly, conformation is always going to trump pedigree because you have to race the animal. They don't know who their parents are, but they know the body that they're born with.
How about like cutoff dates with foaling dates? Like, if you see a June foaler, you're like, no, turning the page, or do you not care about that?
I just judge them as an individual. I've bought early foals and late foals, and you just adjust their program and schedule accordingly.
We were talking a little bit off camera, and you were saying how busy you've been. I mean, usually you're so used to being able to like visit the farms and stuff, but you've been like, stakes season is crazy. So since you only got to one farm, do you feel like you're catching up here?
Yeah, we actually just finished our last farm, so all the homework is done. And so now all we have to do is make our lists and get ready for tomorrow.
I know that your story was told already in Harness Racing Update by Murray Brown, but if you have not read that, it's fascinating. You come from the West, and here you are training world champions, so give us some details.
It's at the end of the day, a horse is a horse, and I've loved them since I knew what they were, and I feel like it's the connection with the horses that has got me to this point and all throughout my life.
Do you sometimes like look in your stable and you're like, okay, can I pinch myself? What is happening?
Yeah, like it's a little shocking to look down my shed row and be like, holy cow, like to see how much has changed in just a couple years is amazing.
So happy for your success, and thanks for letting me do this interview with you. This is so much fun.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you so much for joining me for our pre-sale feature of the 2025 Standardbred Horse Sales Company Auction here in Harrisburg. Now, I will be with you guys all week long, bringing you interviews each day. Remember, the sale starts tomorrow, Monday, November 3rd. But for complete coverage, you can check out Harness Racing Update. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon.